Hey, what's up interwebs? I'm that toy guy and another Kibble fix, and no one asked for this one, but it's all I have, so I'm gonna do it anyways. First movie Jazz. This is actually the best version of Jazz, but this one of the two only versions I have. So, yes, you may be wondering, well, where's the removable Kibble? Because you look at it and you're like, well, there are these doors, that's kind of crappy, and then there's the whole backpack which is attached to the gimmick. Might be difficult. It's not, because just to start things off, this is annoying, right? This is his shield. The original version of this mold did not come with his actual, like, in-movie shield. It came with this and a harpoon. Because I used to have the original one that had a harpoon. Now this has the new shield, but this was still the accessory known as the shield in the original toy. So the instructions actually tell you how to remove this. It's just simple friction peg. I'm a little scared because it says silver paint on it, but there you go. Easy remove. Fold that down. Backpack's all clear. Quite easy. Nice chicken legged. That was quite easy, right? Now you may be wondering to yourself, is that it? Why would you make a video on something that's in the instructions? Yeah, and I wouldn't. I wasn't gonna until I realized you can take the doors off the side of the legs there. They just kind of hang out. They bump into things. They look awkward, and they're not supposed to be there, and it just looks weird. I don't like them. A lot of people don't like them. So I'll show you how to remove them. Not on this figure, though, because his screws are stripped. These screws in the legs are stripped. So I tried to get them out, and I just couldn't. So I'm not going to be using this particular version of the toy to remove the screws. Fortunately, I have another version. This is obviously missing the back section, but this is Smokescreen. I think it was Revenge of the Fallen? I can't remember if it was Revenge of the Fallen or Hunt for the Decepticons or something where this came out. I think it was Revenge of the Fallen. I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong. But this guy right here is the exact same figure as this one, minus the gun thing. And so I'm going to show you on this one how to remove the doors. So let's just get him into robot mode here real quick. Interesting story about this particular mold. This was my first ever movie toy, the Jazz one. And I was doing my, I don't know if anyone knows what Kumon is, that math and reading center that like makes you advanced in your grade or something. I was in that. I hated it so much. It's terrible. Don't do it. And it's also very expensive, but it's just ridiculous. Don't ever do Kumon. But I was doing it, and it was my birthday, and I really did not want to do it on my birthday, because it's your birthday, you're supposed to have fun, right? This was back in 2007, and my dad was getting fed up with the fact that I was not doing my Kumon. So he's like, alright, here's Jazz, and he stuck first movie Jazz in front of me and said, if you do your Kumon, you can open this. So I rushed to get my Kumon finished, and even though I rushed, I got most of it right, which was good. And then I had so much fun with Jazz's car, because I could not get it into robot mode. But anyways, here's Smokescreen in his robot mode, and as you see here, the door's gone. And it looks so much nicer with the door gone. So I'm going to show you how to remove it. Now, this step I'm about to do, don't do. You do not have to do this. This is just so that the camera has less stuff to focus on when I'm doing it. So you just...
I want two!
Anyways, so I took the pin out already. So you don't need to do this. This is just to make it easier to show off. You want to undo. So there's 3 screws in this leg. You want to undo that one and that one. You don't have to touch that. That's keeping the leg together. This is keeping the door on. So we're just going to undo this screw. Don't know why I put on an accent. I don't know what accent that was. Now there's a bit of an issue with the screws, and I'll get to that as soon as I get the second one off here. But this may determine whether or not you keep this fix on your toy or not. And it's nothing major, so don't get scared. It's just... hang on, I'm almost done here. These screws are so soft that if you are too light with your screwdriver, you will strip it. Wow, this one's being a pain in the butt. Okay, there we go. So you just want to, come on, remove the screws, and then the door slides out. And there you have the legs, and they already look so much better without a torso. But let's just plug the torso back in. And there you have, look at the difference. Doors, no doors. This looks so much better leg-wise than this. I mean, this figure looks better than that, but this figure's legs without the doors looks so much better than with the doors. Now, the issue I was talking about was this. So here's the door. It just sits off to the side as you would any normal kibble from a kibble fix. But the screws, I can't pick up the other one. Come on. There we go. The screws. You can't put them back in. You can put them back into the holes. The only problem is that they're not going to actually attach to anything because the thread of the screw hole is in here, not in the legs. So when you put them in, chances are they'll just fall out. So you can put them back into the door, which is what I've done to this one here. I've put the screws all the way into the door. But that does leave another issue. So let's just get him quickly into his car mode. And the leg, even with those two screws out, is still perfectly fine. It's perfectly stable. It's not going to like fall out anything because you have that screw holding it in place. So let's get this guy all set up. And he's just going to fall in half. This was the bit right here that I used to get stuck on when I was a kid. I could never get the front end to work properly because I just didn't know how. The instructions were no help. The instructions for first movie Jazz were no help. They're like, take the arms. They're like, the arms are here. Now they're here. And you're like, well, how the hell did you get them out there? It's stuck. And I was so scared of breaking it because it was my first movie toy and it looks so cool. But yeah, anyways. Here is the figure in car mode. That back end is not lining up. Hang on. Impromptu little part swap thingy. I don't know. That looks ridiculous. And I've never done this before. That looks terrible. Oh my god. Anyways. So this is what the figure looks like without the doors. Now if you take the door without the screws in it and slide it in, it tabs in perfectly fine, stays in, it's not going to fall out. That's not coming out. The door with the screws also won't come out, but it doesn't go in all the way. There's like, it sticks out a little bit on either side, and it doesn't look quite as focused. Doesn't look quite as clean as this side. So it is up to you whether or not you want to put the screws in and leave them in there. If you're completely fine with it being like a half a millimeter or a millimeter out, then go put the screws in. But if you don't like it, you're going to have to leave the screws out. And I would suggest putting them in a Ziploc bag or something, label it Deluxe Jazz or whatever version of the mold you have, and putting them aside because you don't want to lose them. But yeah, that's the real major issue with it. I'm going to remove this. It looks way too ugly. There we go. But that's how you...
You want a piece of me? You want a piece? No! I want two!
That's how you do the kibble fix for first movie Jazz. And, I mean, as it looks right now, it doesn't look that bad. But the legs just look so much better without all that stuff just sitting there doing nothing. Like, here they are. They just look so much better without the doors on it. So that's how you fix Jazz. Again, hopefully this is helpful. I am still trying to get... What's the one I really want to get to fix? I'm trying to get Revenge of the Fallen movie Megatron. That is the #1 figure I want to fix because it's also a figure I've always wanted. And in the movie, the best version looks so nice. But I don't know how many people will be interested in a kibble fix for that after mid this year when the studio series one comes up, but we'll see. Anyways, that's how you fix Jazz. Bye.